Hello and welcome to my condensed version of the Yogic Musician Clinic. Though I'm going to be moving around, I'd like you to stay comfortably seated in your chair as I move forward and back so you get a closer look at my hands. Later in other sessions, we will be working on your posture and your breath work, but for now we're working on our hands. Our hands and feet have more connections and joints in them than the whole rest of our body combined. And as musicians, regardless of your instrument, we ask them to do Olympic feats of dexterity. We go fast and slow, abrupt stops and starts. So we're going to put them into Olympic training. Okay? The first up is going to be what I call the Lotus hands. You're going to take your hands, put them out in front of you. And with your breath, you're going to match your breath to the movement. You're going to exhale your hands into a soft fist, it's not clenched, and inhale out to a lovely lotus flower. And if as you're doing this, you think of these fingers as petals, different colors, your favorite flower, be it a lotus, be it a daylily or morning glory, just inhale, open, exhale, close. As you inhale from now on, your body gets bigger. As you exhale, it gets smaller. With this exercise, try it in different directions. Hands, palms down. Palms facing each other. The backs of your hands. Each of these makes different part of your wrists and arms work. Now let your hands come down to your lap. Notice how your hands feel. You might not be in touch with them. In time you will be. Do they feel warmer, cooler? Do you feel more of a sense of connection as to where they are? Lotus hands are very good for lowering your blood pressure too, because as you inhale and exhale, you give your mind something to do, describing the flower, and your mind will leave your body alone. Next up, we have what I call the octopus. Again, you're going to bring your hands together in front of you, sort of like in the prayer position. You're going to bring your wrists away and your fingers together. I'll show you this in different directions. Feel this. It's a variation on piano hands that we all learned in grade school if you took a piano. But we're going to take it one step further because each of these stretches do have their own variations. You're going to take the heel of your hand and bring it in to where your body meets your legs. You're going to spread your fingers out to a comfortable distance. You don't have to go as far as you can. This is about allowing your body to release, not telling it to. If you tell yourself to stretch as far as you can, you send up tension, okay? You want to go as far as is comfortable, and over time, as far as is comfortable, becomes larger and larger. So let your body go. Bring your heel of your hand into where your leg joins in. Line up the longest finger, your middle finger here, to the center of your knee. Your legs are wider up here at the top, and they taper as they come down. So this stretch, we're going to do the octopus again. Draw the hands up. Come down, up, and you're going to walk your hands down your legs, trying to keep that finger centered on your kneecap. And you're going to stretch as far as you can around, that's comfortable, till you get all the way to your knees, and then resting your palm on your knees, your hands will hang over, and they can really stretch right around your leg. And back up. And again, try to keep that finger going down the center of your leg because we're going to do this again. We're going to repeat. Don't forget, you don't have to get this all at once. You can watch this video over and over if you care to. And down. And this time, if you can inhale as your hands stretch out. Inhale. 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 That'll help you slow down and do the stretch. Now, of course, I'm stretching a little further and faster because I'm talking and trying to show you what you're trying to do, which means I'm using up my oxygen and after the octopus hands, we're going to do the overhead wrist release. Now, if you have high blood pressure, you don't want your arms over your head. You can do this posture right here. Okay? Some of you will go to here, depends on your shoulders. If you can go all the way up, not straightening the arm like you're a cheerleader, but just up all the way that's comfortable, where your arms are above your head, that's the most release. But stay within your comfort zone, or else this stretch, you'll be giving it away if you're not comfortable. So I'm going to inhale up. I'm going about midway because my arms disappear in the camera. And you're just going to allow your hands to come over. Just exhale them over. On this one here, this stretch, you're letting gravity do the whole stretch for you. It's easy. And inhale your hands up, palms to the ceiling. You're not pushing up. You're not trying to hold the ceiling like in other stretches that people have you do. This is about allowing your body to release. And let's exhale them over. Inhale up and over. Turn your hands to face each other. One hand might be more flexible than the other. We didn't get to this great, wonderful age without having our issues, so don't expect one side to be the same as the other. Try away. You also might find that when you move them in different directions, it's easier for you. Again, that depends on your body and what you've been doing to it for the last few decades. And bring your hands down. Let them come all the way down beside your legs. Scan through your shoulders, your elbows, down through your forearm, your wrists and your fingers. What does that feel like? And it's important to notice what the stretch does for you when you finish. Because then when you're on the road or you're going to play a gig, you might go, oh, I only have time for one stretch, what should I do? And you'll know, because you know how your body responds. Now this one, I'm going to come in close. Come to the edge of my chair. No, it's not the most difficult thing, but it is one that I have a lot of students that have me do it over and over again. Come to prayer position, and I'm not asking you to change your religion. Press your hands forward. Inhale them open, the sides of your hands still touching. Bring your hands into a soft fist, and yeah, exhale. Then those knuckles right here on your hand, pretend they're gears, and go around the gears, cross your thumbs, and open. We'll do this several times. Exhale down, find those gears, come back open, and back closed to prayer position. Again, come forward, open, curl the hand, gears, cross the thumbs, open, now that went deeper into your hands and your wrists. Now, for those of you who are a little more comfortable with your hands and don't have to think too hard about it, as you come up, each time you can crisscross your thumbs differently so that they're each getting a stretch. But if you stay with just one coming up, it's fine. It's just fine. Okay? Now, something I like doing a lot is taking my hands, palms down, and sitting on them. What this does is it really stretches them out, and it goes with the next pose that we're going to be doing. There's the warmth from your body, the hardness of the chair. Your hands are between a rock and a hard place. They have to flatten. And most times when we do things with our hands, their fingers are curling and doing all this. It's nice now and then to have our hands just flat. So sit on your hands. You can do this at the dinner table. You can do it anytime. Okay. And our next stretch, I call frog hands. I want you to just place your hand on a table or a counter, like you normally would. Most times, as you see, there's a big gap here. We have the weight on the heel of the hand, and our fingers are just touching down. Now, when you go to do something, you're putting more weight on it here. And notice how your arm and your wrist, you just heard mine crack even, there's a little bit of a lock in here. What I invite you to do is frog hands. Put the heel of your hand down. You see, this is a whole foundation. You're only using the tips in here. Sorry about that. Heel down. Press forward and down through the palms and forward and down through your fingers. There's no gap here. I have full range of my arms. This here has come back. We're not pinching the wrist joint. And when you're here, like when you usually put your hand down, you can pick up your fingers willy-nilly. There's really nothing going on. You're putting all the pressure here, like I said, tightening the wrist on up through the arm. Frog hands again. Press forward and down through the palm and forward and down through the fingers. I can't lift my fingers, okay? I'm not leaning on this. I'm not pressing down using my body weight. I am using my hands to press down. I am strengthening my hand, opening this joint, and allowing a range of motion that I don't have otherwise. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So, again, this part of your hand's down. You can see the baby finger. I can pick that all up easy. Frog hands. Press down through the heel of the hand, the palm, forward and down through the fingers. No space. I can't pick my fingers up. I have free range. I'm not leaning down on this. It's my hand doing its work. And I call it frog hands because I love tree frogs. And if you think about it, tree frogs, they put their hands on the tree and they go up. And you know, if you don't have a table handy, you can do this on a wall. You could actually do this on your legs. A little harder that way. But you could do it on any flat surface. So, when it comes to stretching your hands, that's all wonderful. But there's a last treat that I have for you, and that's a self-massage for your hands. The motion is your thumb is going to come across your fingers, and your fingers are going to come down across your thumb, okay? That's the motion. The amount of pressure is important too. You don't want to be digging into your hands. That's not kind. I don't believe in no pain, no gain. If it hurts, stop. That's my theory, okay? When it comes to doing the massage we're about to do, think of it as if you were squeezing toothpaste out of a toothpaste tube, okay? Now on the thumb, on the back side, you've got your fingers and your thumb on the front coming up, squeezing the toothpaste. On the other side, it looks like this. On your fingers, you're coming like this with your thumb. On this side, you're going down, and you're starting down here near the wrist and going up. And we're going to do one finger at a time, and we'll start with the baby finger. That'll be easier for now. Okay. Thumb on the heel of the hand, fingers on the back, toothpaste, just squeezing up all the way up through your fingers, every joint, all the way to the end. Come back to the heel of your hand. We'll go for the second finger. Part way up, you'll start seeing that your finger that you're massaging coming up is moving. That means you're in the right place because you're on the tendons, ligaments, and the little bone that goes with that. Come back to the heel of the hand. This time I'll show you from this side. See my finger moving? Because I'm going right down the center of that connection. Back to the front. And then to the thumb. Outside, inside. Starting at the heel of the hand and work your way right to the end. And of course, what you do to one side, you do to the other. Turn this hand over. Squeezing the toothpaste. Move it on this side. Coming up for that second finger. I don't know about you, but this feels really good to me. Okay. Now I'll show you the back side again. See how the fingers move as you come up through all those joints and connective tissue? Watch this finger. See how it starts moving around. And again, the thumb. I'll try to show it to you this way. Well, there you go. You take care of your hands, they'll take care of you. Happy playing, and thank you for joining me.